Of the construction site, and we're getting ready to spray paint those vases that we found at Vintage Rabbit yesterday. Now remember, I want to pick something that they're going to have like a memory of, but we're going to spray paint them all in one color so it ties the grouping of the vases together. So I'm just going to start by shaking out my spray paint can really well, and then you want to be a little bit away, and then we're just going to start spraying. Now you want to go back and forth until you get a good coat of paint. Remember that you want to let this dry, and probably you're going to need one more coat before it's complete. Now that my vases are all spray painted in one color, we're ready to do the flower arranging. So I was inspired by Deanne's painting, and that's where I pulled the orange in. And as I'm not a huge fan of artificial flowers, I did find some great silks at Sam's and decided to plug those in. So we've got these gorgeous orange poppies that we're going to start with. Now when you're arranging flowers, you want to think of a couple of things. You want to think of the size of your vessel. So for instance, this is very tall and skinny, so it's going to really contain the flowers nicely. This big one, we're going to need some help, and I'm going to show you how we're going to do that in a minute. We're going to start by actually taking these chartreuse green verbenium, and we're going to just take wire cutters, and we're going to just go just like this to cut them off the branch. Now, as you can see, that's going to be a little low, but what I like to do is, instead of having a big arrangement where people can't see across the table, I like to do the arrangement a little bit more compact. I actually like doing monotone arrangements where the flowers stay together in the same area. Of course we want to use the poppy. So I'm going to cut this a little bit longer, and sometimes you just have to experiment because you never know the height you're going to need it at. Now you can see with this black and the orange, these colors just pop off those black vases, and it's going to be really cheery for everybody to walk into the room and sit down and have lunch. Now we also have some silk ranunculus, and I want to put those in as well. Love that orange. And don't feel like you need to get it perfect the first time, because trust me, I never do. So you just want to play around until you get the arrangement just right for you. Take the other poppy. Now don't forget that pods are really attractive too. You still get that pop of color. And this is a good project where if your husband is around to do this part, or your boyfriend, it's a great time to get him involved because he can cut all these flowers for you. So I love how that pod just pops right underneath there. You just, like I said, play around until you get it right. We're going to do another ranuncula over here. Now since these arrangements are going to be seen by the residents on all sides, I'm going to make sure that this is structured all the way around. Okay, so now I only have about 13 more to do. Look at that.
I'm Steve Haverly, Kelly Moore's personal carpenter. My task today, while she is off doing the draperies, is to cover this blank wall in fabric. I started by pre-taping the outside edges. I'm going to take spray adhesive after I put on my mask, of course. We're going to coat the outside edge, and then we're going to fill in the blanks. So let's get started. Okay, now that that's done, we're going to remove the tape. It makes it a lot easier when you're putting the fabric on. And now, Melissa and I are going to stretch out our pre-cut fabric, place it on the wall, and smooth out the edges. Now that that's complete, we're going to take a wallpaper knife and a blade. We're going to cut the edges. Okay, so now that we've cut the edges, we've taken the extra fabric away, If you see any edges that are not quite up into the corner, it's not too late to peel it back, spray some more adhesive in there, and reset it. You just don't want to wait too long because this stuff, once it's set, you're done. Let's stretch the fabric, push it up into the corner, and you're done.